Hi, for today's teardown, fresh from eBay, some obscure military optical sensor, apparently for laser or something like this, so it is either for countermeasures or for training, with these sensors on the target as a tank, and you will shoot with a fake gun with a laser or something like this. Quite weird. So it is a box like this, watertight. Olive green, so obviously for military vehicles. British made, as we have a broad arrow here, serial number 500, 76. Not a lot of information apart this NATO stock number. It is 6920, I believe. Unused modification records on the 8-pin connector. So on the top we have these 3 round windows with what seems to be infrared filter glass. And on the bottom the bolts to open it. So let's try to open it. They are, by the way, imperial size. Here 9/32 of an inch. One more completely weird imperial size. So apparently they have some washers for water tightness in rubber washers. And it is interesting to note that when I remove the screws at the bottom, the top is poking out, probably because air under pressure inside, if it is airtight. So we might have a O-ring in here. Yes, I can hear the noise of the O-ring. Okay, and okay, 2 circuit boards, apparently quite densely populated, and super annoying wires. We will not be able to do anything, but luckily I have a second one, which I did prepare, and I did already unsolder all the wires carefully, so we will be able to have a good look at how it is made and what we have. So we will start with this bottom piece. We have some kind of shielding here with the connector and filter pieces. You can see the very short wires with each time their numbers with each ring with color code. And this block is secured here by the screws, and the screws at the connector level. But the whole thing is actually super weird, because I do not understand how they were able to put this together. You will see the wire go to the connector at the back and are soldered on the connector, so you cannot in fact take it apart, because you cannot remove the connector. Everything is super short in here, and really a weird construction. Why they did not add an eternal connector or something like this here at this level, I am not sure. And why they did only use soldered connections. Apparently it is not an item you are supposed to open and repair a lot, or something like this. So here I can not in fact pull on the connector because of the solder wires at the back. It is not possible to disassemble the contacts blocks from the connector, I believe, and here you will barely be able to turn this around. Yes, so maybe it is how they did proceed. They did insert the connector with the wires, solder the wires here, and turn the finger around. We have just capacitive filters here, something like this, on the Teflon insulators, but quite well construction actually. And you can see the parts or contacts names here on little stickers. Okay, but it is not the main area of interest. The main area of interest is of course this. So we have a sandwich here of 2 circuit boards loaded with parts, and on the front of course your connections to the sensors, which will be the main area of interest in this thing. So let's undo the standoffs here. Again, Imperial, here it is a 1/4 inch. So very nice compact construction. Okay, so first circuit board, I did not bother unsoldering all the wires here. You can see we have a number of ICs, Texas Instruments, date code of around 8556. Yes, maybe the focus will be better like this. We have one trim pot, so 3 probably op amps here. SN 5412 1 and 5402 UA 710. Okay. Some very old school parts also, you can see. Apparently ceramic tubular capacitors here, quite weird. Some regular tantalum caps, metal film resistors, and a number of those blue ceramic disc capacitors, which seems to be quite high grade. Trim pot multi-turn potentiometer. Do we have any brand or anything? Not really. So obviously we have 3 windows and 3 sensors. Each one of them is connected here to this PCB with a coax wire for each one of the sensors. Then we will have 3 identical amplification or preamplification stages. Or maybe after it, all this is mixed together to one single output signal, not sure. But obviously we have a 3 coax for the 3 sensors. So if I continue undoing it, the second circuit board here is quite interesting. The same kind of parts, but with these 2 beautiful golden top ICs of quite obscure reference, I guess. Excuse me for any focus problem. My camera does not want to do autofocus anymore. I have to do manual focus. It is completely stupid, this thing. I don't know why the autofocus did just stop working. More or less. Sometimes it will work, sometimes not. I did already try to reset it and everything. And of course no firmware update available. So the same kind of blue capacitors here, a lot of them. So oddly enough we have only 2 of these golden ICs. Maybe in fact maybe they have two elements, and on one of them we will have only one in use for the three sensors. I do not know. Really weird stuff and obscure. And a lot of capacitors in this thing, by the way. Vertically mounted resistors also. It is not super usual to see this in military equipment with a little white heat shrink to do the insulation between the legs. I have already seen this in Soviet equipment. And here the pins were soldered the wires coming from the back here and coming from the sensors, which are mounted in here. So you can see we have actually 3 sensors and an unused spot for the unused area. So it would be super interesting to figure out what these sensors are. So here we just have a blanking cover, just a aluminium piece, empty, nothing in here. But we have 3 times the same sensors, which will just poke out like this. You can see behind the glass we have this kind of grid in metal, apparently a copper deposit on the glass, something like this. For shielding purpose, it seems interesting. The main thing you want to see is, I guess, the sensor. So what do we have? We have apparently a huge photodiode. Really, really big. Something like 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter of on the side. Let me find a ruler. I have no ruler, but yes, quite a large thing. Excuse me, actually I have a ruler. Little bit oversized, but it will do it. Yes, 1 centimeter. So really, really interesting. It is just a piece of silicium with 2 thick bonding wires, and it is all. So there is no point taking a USB microscope photo of it, because it is just a black square. But there is something I can do. I know that usually such large photodiodes will at least, in fact, generate voltage when receiving light. So we will check this, if it is true or not, if it is working or not. Apparently, yes, it is sensitive to light, and the output will change. You will note it is in reverse polarity, according to the color code. Interesting. So we have 0.3 volts here almost. If I shine more light, you can see it will go almost to half a volt. So super interesting. So you cannot really harvest power from it, but it is interesting to know that photodiodes are generating a voltage. Okay, so interesting device, not much information available on it, sadly, about what it does. I believe it is either detecting lasers for countermeasures or for training, but no extra information available, sadly. So very interesting construction, and here you can see just a threaded rod like this. Interesting electronics with vertically mounted parts. really not common. I have 2 of them and they are more available on eBay at random prices. Someone did even make book hands with them. Okay, so I will put this back together. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.